Welcome back, everyone. I'm here, I'm Silky Mittens, and I am joined by Crafty Buckeye. We just had game one between Notice Me Senpaiii and the Thunderducks. That one was a bloodbath, over 150 kills total. I think it was like...
It was hot.
It was hot. It's literally hot, but that game was pretty hot as well and intense. We're going to get right into picks and bans in game two here. Thunderducks going to pick blue side for this one. They get their choice of side for game two. Notice Me Senpaiii get the choice of side for games 1 and 3. And right away, the Evelyn ban coming in. Henry able to take that one easily. And, such a huge champion for Henry.
Yeah.
You got to ban that one out. That was scary.
It was scary that it was left up, and you knew they would first pick it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Fiddlesticks now being banned again.
No Sejuani.
No, last time it was the Sejuani ban, but metaphor doesn't...
Maybe that was like a misclick. I'm not sure.
Maybe. What's beside it? Rengar? Maybe was it beside Rengar or something?
Then they didn't ban it there. They're like, screw it.
Screw it. We've already committed to the Sejuani ban. We're going to take it. And now Kassadin ban. They're just banning out the things that worked game one.
Oh, we'll see a Graves ban. Just kidding.
Graves ban, third ban, maybe, but it's the Vayne actually. Hannah Petrell has played Vayne there and kind of looked like Team Maya actually when he did play Vayne. Yeah. So, definitely still ban worthy, and they're obviously going to bring it out here. Kindred, the second ban on the side of Notice Me Senpaiii. Now, this is the two same bans out of the 3 that they had game 1. What do they switch it up with here? They go for Gangplank and don't give it over to Panda.
No Taegang bans again. I hope they don't. Oh, good.
Oh, good.
First pick Lulu. First pick Victor.
Yeah,
I love it.
They go for the Victor here. I don't know about this one. Team Maya has played Victor here, but I don't think anyone plays it on the side of Notice Me Senpaiii, and now it can be countered.
True.
So Henry plays a lot of Gragas.
I think I'd rather first pick maybe a Nar again, maybe.
Thresh? Impreza Boy.
Take it away.
Thresh.
Have you seen Deadmaster play it?
No, it's his favorite champion and is most played, but he only plays Braum and Alistar because that's what they think.
He played Jan a couple times.
He played Jan a couple times when that stuff's taken away, but Deadmaster J loves to play Braum and Alistar, but because it really works, and it has worked for them, so why not pick something different?
It's him.
And Impreza Boy, of course.
The boy.
You leave up the Thresh, he's going to take it away. And that is his most played champion by far. Plays it pretty much whenever he can. Last game, not so much.
Not so much. But he still always gets those hooks.
Right, and Henry switching that Gragas hover to the Elise now. One of his other pocket picks, and probably the most strong jungler in the game.
Loves those AP junglers.
Yeah, Elise pick or ban in the Worlds and in pro play, and in high competitive play like these guys are, they're going to take that one easily if it's left up. And now Pulsis says
not showing their hand quite yet.
Not showing their hand.
The carries in the top.
Once again, we have seen this one many a time here. Sivir and Braum picked up second rotation on the blue side for the Thunderducks. And you know what? They really haven't shown their hand. They haven't showed their hand, and they're leaving the counter here for the jungle and top lane.
Victor can play into a lot of things. What would you pick if you wanted to pick into a Victor?
Into a Victor?
Would you pick a Malzahar?
You'd pick an assassin or someone with more range. Victor, not the longest range mages in the game, but definitely
Teemo counter?
Can hold his own. Teemo definitely confirmed counter to Victor. No, just kidding. Syndra, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about...
I'm just going to shut up.
Yeah.
I'm just going to watch this pick Draven.
LeBlanc would make sense here. LeBlanc can get in and out, definitely. If he's not poked down before he engages, LeBlanc can get in 100-0 Victor very easily. This might force Taeyang to take barrier, which is what he has on right now.
Yeah, and it's something Team Maya can definitely carry on.
Yeah, Hannah Petrell picking up the Ashe now. Definitely not going for that lane phase Ashe, because you know what, it's going to be hard pressed to kill Deadmaster J and Pulsis, who have the spell shield on Sivir and the unbreakable shield on Braum, but it can add a lot. We saw that Ashe worked pretty good for Pulsis, but now it's going to be in the hands of Petrell.
Have we seen Ashe picked every game?
So far today?
So far today.
Yes, we have. We've seen Ashe played every single 5 out of 5 games.
Ashe.
Yeah. In the Dad Ashe, though, in the last series.
Rise. Did we just see a Rise Nocturne?
Well, yes, we did. This is something that we saw Panda play in the quarterfinals, actually, against Land Before Time.
Oh, right.
Right, he played it against... In the top. He just played it in the top against... Kaladir was playing Hecarim, and he played that one to great success, but now that leaves the counter pick open for Math God. We don't really know about this guy's champion pool. It's kind of a mystery going in.
We just know he's good at math.
Right, we know he's good at math. He picked the Rumble, which is a BBB-esque champion, so it wasn't out of place there, but now hovering the Cho'Gath.
Buffs? There were buffs.
There were some buffs here, but I'm not sure if it's enough.
He's going to lock
He's
it.
going to lock it in. He thinks it's a good lane counter to Rise and thinks he can do enough damage. Nah, you know what? I'm not going to doubt the guy. He's a math god for sure. Yes. And that is going to be so...
We get some no double TPs. That's
thank God.
What I love.
Yeah, I love this too. Take away the TP from the mid lane. It's good. More fighting, more action, just in different lanes. It's nice to see sometimes.
Early damage from these mid laners.
Some diversity, you know. I hate, it gets kind of old seeing these 44 bot lane. You know, it's almost on a timer. It's like 5 minutes rolled around, 4v4 in the bot lane.
2 spell shields is gonna be huge.
2 spell shields is pretty huge. Metaphor having the engage as well, the long range engage. Almost expected Tang maybe to bring out Orianna. That's a great combo right there. If you use Nocturne with the ball delivery, literally scary with the Nightmare.
If it's not Rengar, it's Nocturne that can do that, almost scarier than Rengar.
If Metaphor really wanted, he could have played Rengar this game. And I honestly like the comp. I kind of like the comp around him a little more, even if it wasn't Nocturne.
Speed up into...
Yeah, absolutely. And if maybe Orianna, but
they end up going with a Nocturne. Maybe he just doesn't want to play the same champ twice. Maybe he's bored.
Yeah, he seems a little bit bored, but he plays a lot of Nocturne too. He's played it really almost to the same effect as Rengar. Once level 6 hits around, it's like the same champion.
It's the same champion, and he loves to fight at 6. That's like, he farms it. Even you see him, I don't understand how he does the damage he does before 6 on some of these champions, but he puts the same amount of pressure on, even though they don't have their power spikes, and then 6 comes, and then it just snowballs.
It's like he goes Super Saiyan, and then all of a sudden it's like, fools, this wasn't even my final form, and then he goes in crazy once level 6 hits, and that's just how he plays, honestly. He's a really good player, and we'll see if he can do it again. And we'll see once again if Notice Me Senpai can have the success like they did last game, shutting him down early, delaying any sort of snowball, and bringing it to late game, which is where they succeeded.
It'll succeed, and the victor into the
LeBlanc.
That's a matchup I really want to focus on.
Right.
Because it's going to, whichever one lane can get ahead, even just farm better, it's going to help snowball and do so much damage in these team fights.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Team Maya on this LeBlanc. LeBlanc, not a champion that's easy to gank. So Metaphor's going to find a little bit of trouble trying to get kills on that one. Really slippery to find. The double distortion can come out and, flip back and forth to that. So it's going to be tough for Metaphor to find success in the mid lane, I think.
And with these utility bot lanes, they're going to really need to have the damage come out of those mid laners and top laners.
Exactly.
Rise, Cho'Gath.
Dual utility, so really
exactly.
The spotlight is on the entire top half of the map. I'm not expecting the junglers to put too much pressure bot lane unless they want kills from themselves, right? But
feed off the utilities.
Which is something we've seen. We've seen Metaphor come bot just to get himself ahead, just to get kills. Honestly, he likes to come down for these 3v2 ganks and then just take the kills for himself,
and
especially on champ.
Take all that gold top lane.
Exactly, and then bring it to the top lane to get Panda ahead, and mid lane. Just how that team works. Panda rides kind of on the coattails of Metaphor sometimes.
Yeah.
Not saying Panda doesn't do things for himself, because sometimes Metaphor just sits back. A couple games it's been him sitting back, kind of playing supportive, even on champions like Rengar, just having lots of assists, and Panda and Taeyang carrying.
Yeah, what's your opinion on this top lane matchup?
The top lane matchup is
Rise Cho'Gath.
Rise Cho'Gath. It's not one.
Roa.
I can't say I've seen it too many times. Cho'Gath, not something that's been picked in a very long time.
No.
Considerably.
So what were the buffs? They're like, he gets 2 feast stacks if he feasts on a champion?
Right, exactly.
That's the only buff?
That's it. And
that's a little bit of healing done, I think, right? On the ultimate.
Yeah, and more healing on the ultimate, I think. But not like game-breaking, making him OP buffs, I don't think. He's still short range.
Meta-breaking.
He really needs to get on people, but you know what, having Sivir speed up helps.
For Rise?
Cho'Gath. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashe. So we're able to lock people down with Ashe, and you know that'll help him, but still very short range.
But they're gonna have to hit the person without a spell shield.
Yeah, and Metaphor's got a spell shield, Sivir's got a spell shield,
Brahm's got a wall.
Wall, exactly. So it's going to be up to Taeyang to dodge this initiate from Notice Me Senpai.
Yeah. It's going to be a scary game.
It is going to be truly a scary game, honestly. So just looking at the two compositions here, who do you have to give?
Which one are you leaning towards?
Yeah, which one are you leaning towards? It's kind of a crapshoot. I mean, just look at these two teams.
Look at them. I'm going to lean towards the Thunder Ducks as well. I want game 3.
You want game 3?
I
want game 3 too. We had that super hyped up series just
Uncle
before
Rise
this.
can take me to game 3.
Uncle Rise wants you to go to game 3.
He picks you, Thunder Ducks, to go to game 3. And
absolutely.
Panda's going to be playing that in the top lane. Metaphor bringing out his Nocturne. And Taeyang playing that Victor. Sivir, played by Pulsus, and Devmaster J bringing in his Braum.
I can't see the other team. I forget. Cho'Gath being played in the top lane
by Math God.
In the jungle, it's Elise with Henry, and in the mid lane is going to be Team Maya 70 playing that LeBlanc, and then the Ashe and the Thresh in the bot lane. Impressive Boy back on his Thresh, and Hannah Petrell trying his hand at Ashe. It's going to be an exciting one for sure. As we're back in the game.
I'm actually astounded at the amount Ashe has been picked.
Ashe has been picked every single game today.
Those ultimates, they're huge.
It's absolutely huge.
They're spite-deciding ultimates.
Yeah, and just I think teams just have
double flash, 2 flashes.
The semifinals roll around, and both teams really want to impress all the lovely ladies. Oh, us, yeah, right. I mean, they want to impress us.
They want Senpaiii to notice.
So they really want to go hyper aggressive. It seems today has been all aggressive all the time. There's been really not too many disengaged kind of compositions, no siege comps, anything. It's been team fighting comps, it's been early aggression, it's been skirmish comps, and we get the same here.
Same here, and one of these teams will be playing Vicious and Delicious tomorrow.
Absolutely. And honestly, I'd be happy to see either team play against Vicious and Delicious. All of these teams are so good.
Confirmed already gold lead for...
Gold lead, 2.4 to 2.3. What happened? Was there a CS?
Is there
What's going on?
The Masteries?
Lag? Masteries just gives you that extra gold? I'm not sure. It's even now. So there was a little bit of a hack.
Now they're ahead.
Now they're ahead. I'm not sure what's going on here. This 100 gold leads coming from somewhere. We're getting trolled. Henry starting out in the bot side, but it looks like the little bit of an invade into the jungle for the Thunderducks. They're going to get spotted out by that ward, though, in the brush, so they know they're there. I wouldn't be surprised to see Henry go down and take the red. After this blue buff is taken.
I think he will. It's going to happen, and I wonder how long Ryze and Nocturne will double jungle just to level 2, and then Nocturne goes back to his blue buff. I hope that's what he does, but it's classic metaphor to not do that. Stay for he gets full XP.
Yeah, he does get full XP. He's just going to make sure. I think he's just covering his bases. Metaphor might hightail it back to his own red buff here to try and stop Henry from taking it.
Looks like he's going to. He wants those 3 buffs.
Henry's pinging it. He's going. He knows he's going. Metaphor might be going back that way too. And it'll be up to the bot lanes of both teams to give their jungler support. Hannah Petrell just dealing out the damage, but Pulsus and Devmaster J just throwing it right back.
That's some trading right there to the 80 carries, the one that you want to trade on at this level.
Yeah, looks like MathGod is going to follow Henry into the jungle there. They're going to be waiting and taking this red buff. Metaphor spots this one out and knows what's going on, but it looks like they're just going to take this one. I'm not sure if he has smite.
No smites up.
No smites up for either, but they're just taking a beating from that red buff. So MathGod and Henry got to get out of there. Taeyang taking a lot of damage from Team Maya. The laser going to go out, and that's going to be first blood over to Metaphor. And it looks like Henry's going to be the second to fall. Team Maya going to flash away from that one.
Great collapse.
Great collapse. Absolutely. The bot lane there as well, able to dish out so much damage. And that's a lot of summoners used. Every single summoner used for Metaphor, Taeyang, and Pulsus. And then on the other side, Team Maya using both sums.
They must have walked through that tri-brush. They must have known.
They had to know, but they had the positional advantage. They just have... If both of them start walking through at the same time. And the level advantage.
Everyone else level 1 down there. Both people that died level 1.
Yeah, great, for Metaphor, just knowing that that's going to happen. Obviously knowing that he's going to be invading, probably got saw by a ward and needs to hightail it back to his own buff.
Exactly. And Ryze is level 3 to Cho'Gath, who just turned level 2. So
absolutely. Panda's had
the non-double jungle really just paid off.
Yeah, solo experience and solo farming, just able to freeze that wave or just push it in the tower. And try and deny as much as that, as MathGod was just wasting time, essentially, because that's all the buffs gone. You didn't get 3 buff or anything. So that's a lot of summoners used on the side of Thunderducks, though. So this could be a window for Henry to make some moves.
You see last game, you see Notice Me Senpai with that 1,003 minute gold lead. But here you see the Thunderducks. You see which way they swing those early game pressure into gold leads, and hopefully Thunderducks can do what Notice Me Senpai did last game.
Right, but this is Thunderduck style. They like to snowball their lanes, and they just like to keep looking for that advantage and just get the game out of control. Notice Me Senpai, they like to get the snowball too, and they like to just run at you, which is pretty much what they did last game. But if you're behind and you run at people, it doesn't work as well. And that's how they've really been beaten this year, is when they don't get ahead early, but they still play the same style.
Pulsus getting a kill, I think, is actually really good for him, because you will be able to trade with that Ashe poke with her volley and keep up in CS and
get that ricochet going, the boomerang blade as well,
maybe
right?
Even just do some carrying.
Yeah, maybe. Pulse. This could be the day that Pulsus breaks the shell.
He invade jungle and gets a kill, and he's snowballs. He needs that early level.
Absolutely, and we just see the trades going in the way of Deadmaster J and Pulsus in this bot lane. Having so many shields just stops any kind of pressure from the Ash arrows and the death sentence from Thresh.
Yeah, and with Rise having TP up, I could see a gank coming before their 6 here.
Right, it'll be up to Deadmaster to get a little bit deeper vision, but right now they're just happy freezing this right in front of the turret.
Math God no TP, and mid laners going with those offensive summoners, or defensive. So they're not going to be able to make that collapse spot as easily.
Right, Team Maya does roam a lot better than Victor, so you're going to be able to traverse the map a lot easier, though, so that's good for the roaming in the mid lane, but Team Maya just trading with Taeyang, got the chain on him. No Ignite though. If Ignite was available, probably would have went for the kill there, but not having any summoners available.
Flash back up for Taeyang.
Flash back up.
Almost up.
Exactly, so not going to find a kill there, but a good trade.
Ignite's not even up.
Exactly. Ignite almost up in like, 10 seconds. But expecting Team Maya to keep the pressure up on that lane. It's definitely a matchup that's not easy for LeBlanc to win, but it's doable. Definitely doable.
Especially since Victor's already back and picked up that second Doran's ring.
Exactly. And still able to bully him out despite the item advantage. And level 6 now for Team Maya. The Ignite is back up. The chain landing on Taeyang. He's surely going to go down at the end of this one, but on the other side of the map, Metaphor going to gank the Chilling Smite, and the chains are onto Impreza Boy. Not going to get feared though. Exhaust even used on Impreza Boy. Try and get the kill there. Just trying to get that extra damage onto the support, but too tanky.
You see Taeyang burn both sums. I just want to go back to that because Taeyang burned both sums. No kill picked up. Probably going to be a return gank there, but huge pressure put on there by Metaphor.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking to find whatever he could. Panda's going to get overloaded now. Going to go on to Math God. Math God not level 6. Panda does find himself at level 6. Trying to get that, but the silence and knock up too much. And you know what? It's turning out to be a pretty good pick. As soon as Rise starts running towards you, you silence him. He has nothing left. Rise is entirely dependent on cooldowns and abilities to do any sort of damage. So that's definitely turning out to be a semi-good pick for Math God, but he's still down 20 CS after that early start.
The early start is really hurting, and it's not like Panda even picked up a kill, but he picked up that lane pressure, that CS lead.
Solo XP. And
already picked up the tier, has that stack.
Yeah, exactly, and that's another champion that's going to just scale into the late game really well along with Victor. Right? Last game it was Nosui Senpai who had the advantage kind of in the scaling department.
The Rod of Ages builds are going to be huge.
Absolutely huge.
I guess Cho'Gath will also build.
Henry's going to queue in the mid lane. Taeyang has no summoners left though. Team Maya is going to get this kill, but stunned now. Henry able to repel that one. The chain going to go out onto Taeyang and going to pick up the kill is Team Maya 70 for himself. Still not level 6. Taeyang is definitely behind in XP in this one, and it's only going to get worse here. And gold as well. CS, pretty much every department. So while the top lane isn't going in the favor of Nosui Senpai, the mid lane is shaping up to be a lane that's definitely starting to look scary.
And if I'm Metaphor, that's where I'm putting my first gank.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you hit level 6.
Hard to gank.
Once you hit level 6, though, Team Maya is going to be looking for trades non-stop on Taeyang, so you got to wait till that Stortion's used and then just go in. Henry might find himself a little bit of trouble here. Metaphor is level 6 and Henry is low. The chains are going onto him. He's not going to get feared, though. He's going to repel away from this one. I don't know if he has flash available. He does have flash available. He's going to go over the wall. Metaphor is going to flash after him. He might not have enough damage and follow through. Metaphor still looking at this one. The shield is going to be helping him out. But the pass of going to take down Metaphor. Now Math God 2v1 here. The top lane Panda a little bit low on CS. Math God going to get feared here. Is pretty low. Metaphor is going low as well. The feast is available, but he's not going to find it. Math God going to go down to Metaphor, and that's 2 kills over to Metaphor. Now 3-0-1.
3-0-1, and that first Nocturne ultimate will hurt.
Yeah, he's now
it's going to hurt.
Yeah, if it wasn't going to hurt before, now it especially will. And that's just Henry getting invaded on.
I thought Henry outplayed it. The flash, the cocoon.
He really did what he could, right?
He definitely did all he could.
Yeah, just not having any defensive wards.
Perfectly timed spell shield, and no warding.
Yeah, pretty much all the wards on the map right now are the Thunderducks in their own jungle and into Nosui Senpai's jungle. A couple of offensive wards in the lower side of the map for Nosui Senpai, but you know what? Nocturne happened to be going to the top side where it's completely dark almost, except for one very defensive ward by Nosui Senpai way back by their tier 2 top lane. Not much else. Team I using the double distort. This is where he could use the ultimate, and he does use it, and the flash used. Almost like clockwork. Metaphor definitely one step ahead of me and able to go in there, but excellent use by Team I to go back to her distortion and use the flash. Called it. Still coming in as the prophet here. Hannah Betrayal taking a little bit of poke from Devmaster, just putting up that shield.
Ash is 6 now, so that could be a scary bomb.
Yeah, it could be scary, and we now know that Metaphor has no ultimate, not able to return or counter gank if he wants to go that direction. Now there's a lot of pressure around the map that Hannah Patrell is level 6.
But still a significant gold lead to the Thunder Ducks at the 10-minute mark. No dragons taken, no dragons even looked at.
Right, 1.4k is the gold lead here, and the jungle and the top lane are really carrying Thunder Ducks right now in just the amount of gold they have over their opponents. Now 75 to 55 CS in the top side of the map, and 3 kills onto Metaphor and nothing at all except for an assist on the Henry.
Yeah, and see that kill on Pulses? BF to pickaxe Avarice Blade? That's huge. As soon, she's going to be able to back soon, get that pickaxe or an Avarice Blade, whatever she wants, and just out-trade the Hannah Patrell. But if she can avoid those ultimates using Spell Shield on something like just a hook or something.
Right.
And save it for missed.
The knockup missed by Panda. He's gonna try, or by MathGod rather. Panda's gonna try and go in. He's gonna dive this one, but not gonna want it. Not gonna have enough damage. MathGod a little bit too tanky, only having the Ruby Crystal on himself, but Panda just not having any damage right away. He's going for the double scaling items, going the tier rod route. Oh, and the ult is back up already. Metaphor in the top lane. MathGod's gonna flash in, try and kill Panda, but not having enough damage. Knew he was dead anyways. Henry's here though, and he's gonna get slowed down by this red buff, and he's gonna go down in midair by the red buff. That's the double kill for Metaphor there. Holy cow, this is 5. This is Metaphor.
This is Metaphor. 11 minutes in, 5 kills.
Yeah, this is something this isn't the first time we've seen that, honestly. And that cooldown on that ultimate, pretty low now since it was buffed, and the range on that is pretty high as well. And Metaphor able to go right to that top lane. MathGod maybe thinking he can do a little more than he can, right? Try to flash in and feast, but you know what?
I think he just wanted to get as much damage as he could because he thought Elise would be there sooner, but Henry a little far behind, lagging.
DC.
DC, yeah, DC, sorry, lag. But,
lagged on land.
Lagged on land, but the fact that Metaphor can get there so much faster really helps these
Yeah, Henry really can't compete with the kind of global pressure, so he's got to be thinking preemptively. He's got to know that that's going to come. And there's got to be more deep wards.
They got to have those wards down.
They got to have the deep wards. This is the same kind of deal as Rengar. You have to have the deep wards to see that Rengar coming from a mile away, or else you're going to go down. And it's the same. It's even worse with Nocturne because he can get there instantly. There's no red exclamation mark above your head notifying you that Nocturne's coming. There's just a black screen, which is even worse.
Yeah,
it's like
you don't even know if he's coming to your lane.
Yeah, you don't even know if he's coming to you. That's the worst part about Nocturne. It is actually his champion is actually scary.
Like the fact that pitch black. Yeah, where is he? I honestly have no
idea. I don't know. Where is he?
Somebody tell me if he's ganking your lane because he might be in my face right now.
He might be killing me right now, and Metaphor has been killing everyone. 5-on-1 now. Looks like he's going towards a Triforce or Black Cleaver type build. Probably the Black Cleaver going to come out for him as the early phage come down. Lucidity boots really early for him as well.
He did that last game too.
He wants the cooldowns.
The cooldown on the ult is like the one.
Ooh, a roam by Panda in the mid lane. Team Maya taking a ton of damage, gonna get rooted, and he's gonna go down. The ultimate used, Paranoia used by Metaphor there even, just to make sure he gets that one.
Unable to pick up the assist with the jump.
Oh, yeah.
But almost had it.
Feels bad, man. As a support, you always gotta just like throw that random shield on someone at the end.
Drop the lantern on top of
yes,
assist across the map.
Exactly, and nothing for Devmaster, unfortunately. Still has 1 assist to his name, but an excellent roam by Panda. No wards on the map at all for noticeably Senpaiii. And this is going to be a free dragon for them. It'll be the first of the game and the first for them as they are up in towers as well, 2-0. The outers in the mid lane and top lane definitely going their favor. And this is starting to tilt a little bit out of control here.
Out of control. Metaphor ult is on repeat. And
every time it's off cooldown, he's going in just like Rengar. It's like deja vu all over again, except this time it's going a little bit better, you might say.
Yeah, and not even just trading one for 1, he's trading like 2 for 0.
Exactly. He's not trading 1 for 1. He's not selling for that anymore. He's just going for it all. And now his team's there to back him up. They're on champions. We were talking, me and Crafty, about how Taeyang just isn't a Lulu player. He just really isn't a Lulu player. He plays Victor, he plays Ahri, he plays flashy kind of like big play champions that can do damage. Twisted Fate.
Orianna.
Right, exactly.
Even Orianna is a support champion like Lulu, but still does all the damage.
Yeah, and he can have huge shockwaves. Yeah,
exactly.
So it just looks like Taeyang's more himself this game.
Yeah, it does. And even though he's not exactly winning the lane, down in CS, down in kills.
But this is a bad matchup for him.
It's a bad matchup, but the team fight aspect out of a Victor is something that Taeyang will thrive in.
Yeah, and Metaphor helping him out a lot. You know, it's hard for Team Maya to kill Taeyang when Team Maya is just getting killed every time Metaphor has his ultimate. Henry now looking towards his bot lane, trying to find a window to try and get some sort of advantage for his team. Master J is going to get caught up there. Everything used on him, but Metaphor is here for the counter gank. The flash away by Hannah Betrayal. Enough damage by Metaphor after he flashes in. The Chilling Smite as well. Spell Shield going to keep him alive. The Genesis is going to go on. Another teleport going to come in now, but just doing tons of damage. How's he going to destroy everyone? Just wanting more as well. Yang really low as he finds himself a wild Team Maya. The Ignite taking on him. Team Maya going to back away from that one though, as he gets crushed low, but as actually a 2 for 2 in the end, I think, thanks to some stellar TPs to counter that. But that the counter gank is just so good from Metaphor. No matter what Henry tries, I feel like I'm suffocating for him.
Yeah, Henry had that set up for so long, had the position, Nocturne on his way. He's just like, oh, Elise is already there. I'm just gonna ult on the Ashe.
Yeah, I don't care.
Kill her.
I honestly don't care. It's like more for me to choose from here. That was perfect. So much. It took patience for Henry to get there. He had to do what he could and try and set up a gank. Try and find any sort of anything for his team. They've really had nothing at all, except for maybe Team Maya trying to solo. Yeah. And it just gets countered once again.
Team Maya is definitely the one that's gonna have to put his team on his back. Just exactly like how Metaphor tries to do, but he needs to be that true carry that they need.
Right, and it could still happen. I mean, there's only a 3K gold lead, which at 17 minutes isn't the biggest lead that we've seen a comeback come from in SKL.
These teams can only get better. Like Rise finally has his rod stacking. He's building more AP now. He's gonna get stronger and stronger. And Victor isn't gonna get weaker.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the coin too, Elise scaling incredibly well. Cho'Gath scales well too. He does true damage.
He's stacking the rod too, but
Cho'Gath more reliant on levels, because just leveling up that ult, just doing increased true damage, and has a rod of his own, able to stack up LeBlanc, relevant at all stages in the game, and then just the utility. This is anyone's game, and the big thing about this is that all the kills are on a Metaphor, and we've seen this before. We've seen it.
You focus that out of the fight, and then there's nothing left.
Or you're just able to, counter it or disengage after that initial Metaphor ult. If you're able to disengage from it, then you might be home free. If you're able to kill Metaphor, we saw it a little bit last game. Early on, there's only 2 kills on the side of Thunderducks, and they're all on Metaphor, and then they're able to shut him down.
Yeah.
More of the same here, 6, 1, and 3. This is the danger for all the kills being on Metaphor.
That's a big Cho'Gath.
That is one large Cho'Gath stacking up that ultimate. Next time we pan back to him, I'll see how many stacks he's had. He has to have at least 4 or 5, just being that big.
Yeah.
But,
And where do you see Thunderducks going now? Where do they have to pressure? What do they have to do to advance this gold lead?
Just more of the same. They really need to open up the map by picking up this last tower in the bot lane. They do have a good siege with Sivir. They have enough spell shields that they're able to stand in there and deal damage to towers.
Wow.
And you know what? There is not very much wave clear here. Team Maya can't wave clear efficiently. That's where LeBlanc really lacks. Unless you're maxing distortion, which he probably is, and using that on the wave, you don't have wave clear, but you rely heavily on distortion to do any sort of potential or threat the enemy team.
I think this wave you got to give it up.
Yeah, they're going to give this one up. This is truly going to open up the map here. There's 0 towers.
0 towers. Dragon's up soon. Baron's going to spawn soon. You win a fight here, you could even pressure Baron.
Yeah, the good thing here is that if they do catch up members for Notice Me Senpai, if they stick together, they get some picks, they have the Ashe, they have everything else. The Nocturne ult being used, and it might be in this bot lane here, not used on anyone. Can't see him. Yeah, losing sight. You need vision on people to go in on your Nocturne ultimate, and not going to find Hannah Betrayal there. It looks like he was looking for him in the bot side of that one, but this is a small window. Look at that cooldown. It's already a quarter of the way already back up.
I feel like when I play Nocturne, it's like, well, I have to wait like
20
5
minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes, but Metaphor has those secret runes that you get for being in Master Tier.
The already 40% runes.
Yeah, you start the game at 40% and you can go to 80, but no, he trying to find more. And then this is what Thunderducks need to do. They really just need to suffocate. You can't let off the gas pedal here because Nozomu Senpai is a team that can come back. They're going to want to end this quickly. Even though they scale up, they can't leave Nozomu Senpai any room to come back.
No, and the fact that LeBlanc will be able to pop anyone, I don't think she'll be able to pop Metaphor, but that's because Metaphor will just kill her probably before she can kill.
It'll be on Team Maya to just assassinate Taeyang.
Assassinate Taeyang, get that damage out of the fight, assassinate Pulses maybe.
Pulses may be a little harder, but even with the spell shield, honestly, like LeBlanc can pop anyone. This is going to be another dragon for Thunderducks, though. That is their second of the game. Still to 0 of Notice Me Senpai. Them just giving it up. They're kind of giving up all this free objectives. Metaphor going to get easy kill on Hannah Petrell. That was scary. The amount scary, yeah. Didn't even use Enchanted Crystal Arrow. He was dead. You can't even be that far up without any help from your teammates. He's got to know that because he just tried that, Metaphor did, on him like 2 seconds before. Panda now going in this top lane against Math God. Math God doing no damage, though. The silence going to come out and dissuade any further action from Panda for the moment, but might try to re-engage here as the cooldowns are incredibly low. On the Rune Prison, now Math God caught in a bad spot. He's caught going towards Thunderduck's base here. He's got him on the other side. He's going to try and TP away, though, but the Rune Prison going to stop that. Math God still trying to fight here. He tried to back, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't try the TP, but the flash going to come in from both now. Math God going to go down to Panda eventually. Math God's still alive, though. If he gets any sort of help from his team, he could outplay this one if he sits behind minions. And that's going to be the death for Math God after what seemed like a 10-minute fight in the top lane. Panda just toying with his food there. And Pulse is going incredibly low here. The Ignite is taking on him. The heal as well used. But it looks like he's going to live with a sliver of health. Literally 0 health. I think he had maybe 1 HP. Pulse is living on that one. That was incredibly close. But that's the kind of things they need. Team I now going in, trying to find Taeyang with the flash is going to come in from Impressive Boy. Metaphor diving the backline, though. He's going to kill everyone. Panda is the next one to go in. Team Maya now find himself stunned up by the Rune Prison. And that is almost... that is the clean ace after Math God goes down in the top lane.
Yeah.
The amount of damage that Metaphor is putting out right now is just absolutely massive. And now, like the last game, he's just sacrificing himself. But this time, instead of
full damage,
he's not even going full damage. But this time, he's doing even more damage.
Yeah.
He's going that Triforce instead of the Black Cleaver.
The cloak.
All right, he does have the cloak, and Panda might be caught up here. Round 2. But Math God's a little bit tougher this time around.
Rise is now 5-0, and Shogat is 0-4.
We were talking about how there was no other kills besides on Metaphor. Now, this is the kind of things that happen. Metaphor gets success, and then all of a sudden, all these kills start trickling down. The rest of the team are like, gimme. And whoever can get the most is a secondary killing.
Pulse is chipping in this time.
Pulse is chipping in. Taeyang playing the Pulse's kind of role here.
Pulse's role, the support Victor.
Support Victor, OP for sure. Team I is still the one bright spot on this team. Really the only one with room to outplay anyone. But still just getting ulted by Nocturne whenever he can. Now Panda joining that fight and getting so many kills. And this is going to be Baron started up for the Thunderducks. There's no vision on this at all. This is going to go down. This is going to be free. Team Maya is in the bot side, and so is Hannah Petrell. There's no way this one, unless it gets stolen, this one's going to be... Oh my god! Impressive Boy with the Baron steal, using the death sentence. Metaphor missing that one. I don't know if he had smite. He had smite. I believe he had smite because it's on a 12-second cooldown. That's the window between smites so you can use it. Just taking that one. Play of the game. I don't care if Thunderducks win this one. Impreza Boy. That's why he loves that champion.
The Thresh plays.
Holy cow. That just saved them. Honestly, that is a saving grace for them. That could have been the end of the game here, getting 25 minutes in this one.
That actually happened.
I believed in my heart of hearts, and I feel like Impreza Boy could feel my love from the other room. Able to take that one. That was quite impressive. The Hail Mary. You gotta think that Demmaster J has to step in front. Use the shield to block something, There's no way they steal that. Henry wasn't even there. I literally don't think they had a ward in that tiny little strip of Fog of War. They had a ward in the top tri-bush and the one by the red buff there, but there was that little strip of Fog of War snuck right in there.
They didn't even know that they were in there, and they just thought, this is free, I'm not going to smite. Mistake.
I don't know why you'd even chance it, honestly. An Ashero could come in or something, even though it can't hit minions, but...
It's over, it happened.
All right, I'm just gonna...
It was hypey as heck.
Oh.
I freaked out.
Okay, well, let's talk about the implications of that now. This gives them a little bit of a chance to defend here against the incredible siege that Thunderducks has.
It's hard to push these minions as...
Taeyang's not gonna offer any relief clear to this. Yeah, it'll all be up to Pulse, who seems actually to be cutting through him like nothing. But this is going to delay anything that Thunderducks will be able to do in the next couple minutes and give, Notice Me Senpai time to farm up, try to look for a pick. This is going to give them time, which is kind of what they need. Although, I say that they need time, but they don't have time because on the other side you've got Rise, right?
Yeah, but they have to back of this gold right here. I just can't get over the fact that Baron Steel happened. It's actually saved them this game.
Okay. It actually saved them this game. For now, kills are 15-4. The gold only 5K. That's not considering the kills being 15-4 and the fact that Nozomi Senpai literally has no towers or dragons or anything. This gold shouldn't be this close, but it's
Thunderducks bounced back last game from down 10K to back to down 3K,
and it became incredibly close.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
absolutely. So there's still room, and they look for picks like this on a Deadmaster J. He's a little tanky though. I'm not sure they want this one. And Present Boy going to throw down the box, but Metaphor's going to ult in here, going to take that one. Enchanted Crystal Arrow going on a Metaphor just at the last second there. 25 seconds. Kill secured. No chance. That one getting away with Metaphor ulting on your face, and the Dragon live in 20 seconds, like we said here. It's going to be their third already, and this is going to turn into 5 really quickly. Even if Thunderducks don't shut people down in the next little while, they still have time on their side. Team I going to go in on Panda now. He's going to find himself dead in a little bit here.
No.
Oh, he's going to live after this one, flashing away, but Hatter's going to fall in with a repel. Hatter's going to go down himself, though. A shutdown also on to Team Maya. He's going to go down. Hand of Trail going to run away from this one. Math God going to try and use a knock-up, but the spell shield is too much. Pulse is going to pick up another kill for himself. 4-0-5. Metaphor still chasing. They are hungry for blood, and they're going to try and take this one. But Math God going to take down Metaphor. The Feast, the Silence. Just the whole combination there going to take down Metaphor finally, but Pulsis now picking up a couple kills for himself, and that is a 4-for-2.
Just Rise things right there. Pops
Absolutely.
Alt, kills the LeBlanc, flashes out, lives, and then
Step 1, pop ult. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
Yeah.
That is pretty much the game plan for Panda. They're living for a while, but Henry chasing him with a repel. Pretty nice there, at least to salvage something.
I think she flashed too, so flash repel.
Yeah, flash repel he used on that side, and Pulse is using all summoners there in that chase, but this is going to be another dragon now, 2 Thunderducks. They could have got it before, but they decided to get some kills first. They decided they want their cake, and they're going to eat it too, and this is the third, like I said, and you know what? Nozomi Senpai is going to be hard-pressed. They try to get a pick. They almost had Panda. They honestly had 2v1. They had the opportunity to surprise, and they still didn't get him.
They almost had Devmaster, they almost had Panda, but you're picking the 2 tankiest guys on their team right now, probably.
Yeah, almost ain't gonna cut it, especially against this team.
Yeah.
Thunderducks can punish you, and this is an incredibly close game.
With the Baron buff down, it's gonna be this Thunderducks pushing down mid, or pushing down an inhib at least.
Yeah, this is gonna be all Thunderducks all day. Henry gonna try and catch up Panda, now has Math God in hot pursuit of him. Yeah, Panda's all alone this time, he's only not going to have any help, and the true damage feat's going to come down. Panda going to die. Horrible death to Math God there, just outmanned. Didn't have enough damage to take down anyone this time around. And that's the kind of stuff they need there. That's a good pick for them. This is a 30-second window to try and get something off the end of this. Try and get a tower. They still don't have a tower. They have decent siege themselves. They have a lot of pick potential. If they siege up as 5 under this turret, in an odd man situation like they have right now, they could get a death sentence, they could get a Ash Arrow, they could get a Cho'Gath knockup, they could get a Cocoon. They have a lot of ways.
They can chain it.
They could chain it, but they're saying that there is a lot of shields, there's spell shields. Pulse has a spell shield. Metaphor isn't going to get caught up easily with the Banshee's Veil now completed. So it's going to be tough. There's a lot of ways to get them, but a lot of ways to disengage as well.
It's a scary feat for this comp to come back, but it's been done.
Nozomi Senpai can do it, honestly. If they just get their members strong enough, get some items on this LeBlanc, can start one-shotting Taeyang, doing kind of things like that.
Get a nice feast by Cho'Gath, just one-shot this Pulsus or something.
Yeah, if Metaphor makes a wrong move, that true damage is going to do a lot. Team Maya going to try and find Taeyang now, but taking a lot of burst damage. Metaphor going to try and kill him now, and is going to be successful. Taeyang going to get the kill. The Ignite is taking on him, and he's going to go down eventually. That's a 1-for-1. Math God going to get caught out here. Panda's going to get the flank on, and Math God is going to be sacrificed by his teammates. Henry going to get stunned up too. The Death Sentence on a Metaphor, and they're going to dive this one, repel up in the air, and Present Boy throws down the box, but he's going to go down. No, he's not. Flashing away from that one. Panda going to go down to the turret, and that's a 2-for-2 overall, but a turret as well for the Thunderducks. They're going to take that one all day long. Now still have 3 members still hanging around here. Their bot lane, Henry's still trying to find more. They could take a fight as well, but Present Boy pretty low on that end of that one. That was a good counter dive there by Nozomi Senpai, trying to just defend against it. A lot of good plays by Impreza Boy, throwing down the box, good death sentence, good stuff.
Rise was tanking the whole time. Elise was up in her repel, and it just ended up costing him his life because it was way too long, and they thought that they could get all 5, maybe not the Ash, at least 4. and they were only able to pick up 2 because they stayed way too long.
Right, Thunderducks just able to take the 2 for 2 trade and be happy about it there just because the tower as well. But if that wasn't happening right under the tower, they probably, no Senpaiii wouldn't have got any kills. So you know what, they're going to take that trade. They'll continue trading 1-for-1, even trades if they're getting objectives on the end of it, right?
Yeah, but you see these carries, they're so far ahead. Nocturne, 9-3. Rise, 6-3. Ash, Sivir, 6-0.
Yeah.
Whereas, other side, Ash
3-4.
only participated in 2 kills, has IE static shift vamp set.
Hannah Petrell has been permanently dead. Thanks, he's gone colorblind, looking at a gray screen so
Black
much.
Screen, no.
Black and gray, yeah, colorblind, you know, can't, or just totally blind. You know, in a constant nightmare it seems, because Metaphor has been breathing down his neck all day long. Metaphor now with the Banshee's Veil and the QSS as well. Let's see if there can be a second. Impreza? He's gonna take this one.
Stand in front of it.
Oh, what? He didn't even go. Oh, he did get Deadmaster J with it. And he's going to try and go in now. Team Maya, rather, is going to get instantly killed, instantly stunned up. Metaphor now going to try and kill Hannah Petrell. The flash over the wall, though. He's still going to chase the Banshee's Veil, and the QSS being used. And it looks like a double kill for Pulse's. Deadmaster J is going to go down eventually. Math God. No, the heal is used by Pulse. Is going to keep Deadmaster alive. And Henry's on the other side of that one. A triple kill over to Pulse. It's the flash over the wall by Henry to keep him alive. But that is a 4-for-1. And this could mean the base being cracked open by Thunderducks.
With the Baron minions here, Elise cannot defend this.
Elise, no way she can defend this unless she gets some miracle cocoon under her own tower, gets instantly killed a member, and then repels in the air.
And her repel will last. And they all pay
Yeah.
for it, and it lasts an hour.
Yeah, there's going to be quite the dream. But, oh, he does get kind of stunned up on her tower there. I'm not sure if the cocoon was actually used. It might have snuck through and hit Panda. It's almost like we called it, and it's going to keep him off the...
What?
What the heck?
What the...
Henry is going to be able to defend that one.
They're just going to take...
They're
Dragon's
gonna-
not up. What up?
Dragon's not
What
up
are they
for a
gonna do,
minute.
Push this bot lane?
But
What's that going to do?
members are really low. Panda is pretty low. He doesn't have TP. If they really wanted to rush Dragon, they would have the 5v4 advantage.
I think Panda would be able to get back in a minute.
Oh, he's also
and
got
he's
Spell
Rise.
Vamp
And
from
he's
his ult,
Rise.
and forgot he picked Rise.
Yeah.
And this is the step 3. We're talking about Profit, right?
Profit, yeah, question mark.
Press buttons, Profit. Team Maya flashing the flare. I'm not sure what that one was. Probably EDG. Though definitely a fan of that team throughout the regular season. Team Maya now sitting in his mid lane might be a little scary with Metaphor sitting right there in his face. Even if you can see him coming, it's still scary as heck.
But they do have the wards down. They've got some of their flanks down. They got maybe not as much as they would have liked. I would have hoped Elise would have went Sightstone, but that's just not Henry.
That's just not Henry's style, and it might have honestly helped him warded the entrances to his own jungle, getting countered or just invaded so early on, and really setting him behind. That was probably the TSN turning point. Was that first invade?
The first invade.
Oh, actually, you know what? Level two.
One.
Level two.
Level 1 for them.
Yeah,
level
getting
2 for Nocturne.
3 kills right away to the enemy team. 2. Right,
Just to
but
get
all
home.
your buffs away. That sets a jungler behind incredibly hard, and they're just not able to, and the rest of your lanes lose out because the enemy jungler is ahead. That means he can gank and get your lanes ahead, but you can't gank lanes when you're level 1 as Henry without any buffs. And that's Dragon number 4, like you're saying, Crafty, and that's going to be Dragon number 5 in a mere 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
The timer is on.
Timer's on for the end of this game, I think.
The timer's been on for a little while now. Rise still doesn't have his...
Gold lead still doesn't even feel like they're up this much.
As soon as Rise converts that tier into the
Sapphire's Embrace.
Seraph's Embrace, sorry, yeah.
Embrace. Yeah.
He honestly probably has that stacked up all the way right now. As soon as he converts that into a Seraph's Embrace, that is going to be... The Archangel Staff is what I was going for. Then the upgraded version, Seraph's Embrace. That's going to convert all his extra mana into ability power. That's going to be a huge power spike. As soon as he goes back and gets that item, man, I think it's game over. Oh, we're going to see a little bit of a pause here. Maybe a little bit of disconnectivity issues. You get to see our beautiful faces once again.
Apparently some lag, I think.
Lag, right. Okay, for one of the teams.
Lag on land.
Lag on land. We're going to try and get that figured out. But, wow, just an intense game and really just a huge turnaround by Thunderducks. They kind of get, I don't want to say crushing defeat. It was a close game and losing last one, but...
Yeah, it was close.
It was close.
They fought hard.
Right,
This
so I
one-
guess they can't be too sour about that, right?
They came out with almost a similar plan, but just more damage.
More damage, putting Taeyang on, not Lulu.
Not Lulu. They came out with a very similar, except for... not similar, but the similar jungler. That's the one that's key,
Yeah,
I think.
Rengar Nocturne, hand in hand kind of, right?
And the fact that level 1 went so their way.
Yeah, it went so poorly. Yeah.
And buffs, all 4 went to I'm not even sure you can come back from that.
Yeah, it just seemed like such a huge, disadvantage. You can, but it's just immediately right away. It's like the other team's got a head start. Right up from minute one, and you're giving the head start to the best player probably in the league. Almost.
Team I is up there.
Team I is up there for sure, but you know what? He's not jungling. Can't have that kind of.
Yeah.
You can't take it to every lane, right?
Yeah.
Maybe only able to crush his own lane, but Metaphor able to take that to top lane, mid lane. He's ulted lots, be able to shut down Team Maya. It's a double-edged sword here. He's able to get the best player on Thunderducks ahead while shutting down the best player on Nozomi Senpai.
Yeah, but you still see it's 10,000 gold, but I feel like to me it feels like they're up more.
Yeah, they should be up like 20K.
They should be up 20K. Like
it felt like 10K when they're up like 3K.
3K.
Yeah, it just
fights were just going their way.
Somehow Nozomi Senpai finding gold on the map. They still have 0 towers and 0 dragons, yet they're down 10K, and they really, like just said, should be down 20K. Exactly. We're gonna get back into this one, and the siege is gonna be on now, as Dragon number 5 just minutes away.
I don't think an Asher will be hitting the Sivir with the Banshees.
The Banshees and Spell Shield and Braum Shield and every other shield known to man. But I think Nozomi Senpai are just gonna have to wait for Thunderducks to make a mistake at this point. Honestly, they're gonna have to wait for Thunderducks to overcommit, which honestly, Thunderducks are... Ooh, that's a scary thing to do. I'm not sure Team I wants to distort just into the face of Rise there, because...
I hope they don't wait until Baron. Like, they could potentially just wait until Baron, then use that to push the turrets. But I feel like they could win this game
right now.
Right now, if they wanted to.
They probably could. They might want to go a safe route. They might want to just respect Nozomi Senpai, right?
TP up.
Oh, the TP's going to come in. Metaphor's going to dive right in, and it looks like Hannah Patrol's going to be the first to go down. Team Maya still healthy in the backline, and Present Boy going to go down next. And it looks like Metaphor's taking up the tower. Pulsis is going to find himself in the back of this one. Math God just 1v4 on his own tower. And Present Boy is the one who took down Metaphor. But it looks like Team Maya is still in the fight. He's going to flash away after his passive pop's going to keep him invisible. Pulsis going in for the kill. They're not going to find it, but that's going to be the inhibitor in this bot side for the Thunderducks. You said they didn't need to wait, and they didn't wait. They pulled the trigger there, and they go for it. Exactly, and they even diving the inhibitor turret, they're able to go for a 4-for-2 trade.
Yeah, and Nocturne just blowing up Hand of Patrell in this game, feeling so irrelevant. 1-6-3, working on her third item still.
I think it's a little bit greedy for Hand of Patrell to try and finish this Bloodthirster. Honestly, why do you don't need lifesteal if you're getting 2-shot.
No.
You honestly don't. So after the Shiv, even after the Vamp Scepter's okay, just get that little bit of lifesteal. Instead of the BF Sword, you go defense.
That's exactly what Pulsis did last game, and I think it's what kept him in the game. He went IE, Static Shiv, Banshees.
Exactly.
And then this game, he's even going Banshees before Bloodthirster again.
Which is honestly
but he's 10 kills.
He's 10 kills because he's actually alive to fight. Hand Patrol has never been alive. He's honestly just been killed every time that ultimate by Metaphor is off cooldown. And now Baron might be the next thing here. 1:25 on that one. And then after Baron, shortly after, will be the 5th Dragon. But Henry going to find himself a little bit of trouble there. Metaphor trying to poke his head in there. A lot of wards coming out by this Baron.
Will Henry be back for Baron?
This will be the 3rd Baron of the game if they do go for it. 1 apiece. And I still think that Impreza Boy stealing that first Baron saved them. And
I think
at least gave them a little more time.
The game might be over if he doesn't do that by now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 30-12 though, so things aren't looking bright for them.
No, still about a 12K gold lead for the Thunderducks in this one as they look to close it out. 36 minutes into this one. Ooh, there actually was a tower going down in the top lane. I'm not sure when that was, but not totally shut out in the objective department.
Oh yeah.
Metaphor gonna dive into the Hand of Patrol underneath the tower. The flash gonna go up, but it's not enough as the fear is on. And Metaphor is gonna take this one, just tanking the tower outright, not having a single shred of armor on him, but able to do it.
The other team has to back up and they get the turn.
Absolutely. Just need defensive stats. Team I gonna try and double distort. He's gonna actually pick up Tae Yang. This is a good trade for them. They're gonna try and look for more. Houndry gonna miss the cocoon here, and this is getting sieged up excellently by Thunderducks. They might look for the engage here, but Metaphor in the bottom lane just causing havoc. Math God has to go answer that. And the siege is just too much. Pulse is able to take down turrets incredibly well using that ricochet that gives it attack speed as well.
Didn't quite get the inhib, but Baron is spawning right now.
But you know what? They can take the inhib later. They just opened it up. It's an option now, and it's a threat, another threat on the map.
Yes.
They can always threat, just go split pushing and taking an easy inhibitor. It's going to force Nozomi Senpai to feel like they have to defend that now.
And they really need to push out their waves. Oh, Nozomi Senpai, that is, if they want to fight for this brand. They're going to need the vision in that area. They're going to need, because I think they have to almost fight for it. What would you say?
It's a tough call. You know what? Honestly, they might be able to find it. It's always been them who's been initiated on it. If they take the front high road and try to initiate on them, it might be going their way, but Henry's going to go in and try and miracle this one. Metaphor is going to ult onto Impressive Boy, but it's a 4v2 in this one. The Glacial Fish is going to catch out that one. Panda getting another kill for himself. A double kill over to him, and that's 2 members down for 40 seconds. The death time is starting to get pretty long. This might mean the middle tower and inhib, and then rotate top and just clean the base absolutely from Notice Me Senpai. I'm not sure if they wanted to commit to that one, I think they just got to have everyone there.
Yeah.
They went for the Miracle Steal, but just too selfish to try and save Henry there. You got to know that he's going to go down. He's not going to be able to grab that lantern fast enough. He's going to get stunned up by the Rune Prison from Rise. He's not going to get out of that one, so I think Impressive Boy's just got to leave him there.
Yeah.
If they're going to go for Miracle Steal, just send your jungler and let it be.
Maybe have a threshold for a lantern, just in case.
Well, yeah, but that's what he did, but it cost him his life, right? Metaphor ulting right after him.
I think he went in a little early.
Panda flashing over the wall to try and chase that one, getting a double kill for himself.
Yeah.
Just huge, absolutely huge. Metaphor and Panda are putting the team on their backs. And Pulses, too, this game.
Yeah, Team Maya, though, has the ability to blow up anybody.
We just saw him blow up Taeyang instantly, double distort and just 1 Q. Sigil of Malice, and just instantly destroying him. So there's still a little chance to come back here, but I think the problem with Notice Me Senpai is that they've just been so apprehensive. I mentioned earlier how they're just waiting for Metaphor to kill them.
I think there's just a timer on this game, and it's
coming to that time.
It's got to be soon, as we are about to get back in here.
We're back in the pause again.
I think the Baron was the time that they needed to secure this win.
Yeah, I think so. 71k to 56k is the gold lead here for Thunderducks, and just reaching that 40-minute mark, they're just going to clean the house here in Notice Me Senpai's red side base. This could be it, and we could be foreseeing another Game 3 twice in a row.
I love Game 3s.
I love Game 3s as well.
It's not just one team with their back against the wall, it's both teams.
Both teams now. It's live or die in Game 3. And that's when we see the most exciting play as well. If there is a comeback here, I will just say that it's the most monumental comeback, at least in SKL history.
I think so.
I'm sure there's been some stupid 30k comebacks somewhere else in the League of Legends world, but here in SKL, this would truly be a comeback for the ages.
There's that 5th dragon burn,
that 5th dragon, 0 dragon for Notice Me Senpai. The longer they go, if they both teams fill up their inventories, there's room for misplay from Thunderducks. Very, very, very small room for misplay.
But you see,
if they're not able to close it out.
Almost all full builds for Thunderducks.
And still lots of room for it.
Lots of room for gold on the other side, and I don't think they're going to get it.
No, I don't think so either. Team Maya finding himself just 1v1 here. Taeyang not going to die instantly, but he's going to pop Team Maya himself. Metaphor absolutely killing Hannah Petrell. We haven't seen that before. Barrier saving Taeyang and just able to live the initial burst of Team Maya, and then just turns around with his own burst. This is going to be the game here. Henry going to flash in, try and find Taeyang, but it's not going to be enough to he's going to find him eventually, but he's going to pay for it with his life. That's going to be the 1-for-1 trade now. 2 dead, 3 dead now. Hannah Petrell, Team Maya, Henry all dead. And Impressive Boy is going to be the 4th to fall, and the last to fall will be Math God. He is just going back to the fountain, and that's going to be the game for Thunderducks. 37-14 at the final kills at the 40-minute mark in this one.
We got a series.
We got ourselves a series, boys.
I love Game 3s, and I'm excited for this one. We see these guys. We see these guys 1-1 in the season. They didn't get that deciding match.
So they want it again
here, and they're gonna go Game 3. They need it.
Oh, that was such a great game by Thunderducks.
Yeah. It was well executed right off the start. They went in, invaded, got all the experience. Over to Rise. Cho'Gath fell behind. Nocturne picked up the kills. Hit 6, just boom.
Yeah, I did like their pick ban a lot more this time around. They were able to pick something up for everyone on their team that they have excelled on in the past and definitely excelled on in this game. Just able to turn that around.
Yeah, Rise might have not been something we've seen much out of Panda, maybe just once, but it was something that I think really fit this comp. Damage, ability power, Nocturne going in. It was scary.
It was truly scary. So now, what does Notice Me Senpai do to go into Game 3? Do they ban all these champions?
I don't think they can really ban Nocturne. That's not something you ban.
I don't think so.
I think
but they did play very poorly against it. So maybe it's just not something they're comfortable against.
I think you don't pick the Cho'Gath. That's something I lean away from.
True. Just wasn't
It
useful.
wasn't useful. Ash was behind. You didn't have any AD, any useful AD. Ash, so far behind. That's their only AD besides. Oh, Thresh. Right. I forgot. AD carry Thresh. Just kidding. But
A Graves would have been actually a okay ADC here for Hannah Petrel. A little bit tankier because the True Grit passive gives him passive MR and armor. So maybe would have been able to survive the early metaphor pressure, but going with the utility instead and just
the utility didn't pay off. It's not in their cards. It's not something they like to do.
yeah, we've seen Team Maya pick utility ADCs before. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Callista.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, we're going to take a short break here. We're going to get some ads underway, but we're going to be right back with Game 3 between Thunderducks and Notice Me Senpai. Don't go anywhere.